All right, everyone. Sorry we're a little bit late today, but welcome to Live at Lunchtime.
Yes, welcome everyone on this nice sunny day. I hope you're enjoying your day as much as we are. It is a very special couple days actually today and yesterday. We have a very special guest with us. World-renowned teacher, coach, and author Anna Twinney is here with us today, helping us with some of her courses, Oniki being one of them, Wyatt and Tina. So we're in the paddock right now with Wyatt, and Anna Twinney will be coming on, and she will be sharing with us a little bit about what she's doing here, especially focused on Wyatt right now. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we have. It's a blessing to have her here and to watch her work and learn from her. So we hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, everybody. So here's a little bit of my life and my office for the day. So look around. It's somewhere gorgeous to class. As not only my office, but also the home to a lot of these incredible equines. This is Wyatt. I merely met him yesterday. And part of what I do is to share the horse's language with individuals. And so when we begin to work with him, a lot of it is about the horse's language. And in order to speak their language, we have to know our own, because their language is one of silence. It's all about body language and ultimately the thoughts that we have and the energy that we carry. So therefore, they are incredible reflectors in a way, or reflections of who we truly are. It's an opportunity to look inside and to have the mirror. And as soon as you take those deep breaths, which is what I was about to say, that's when they come over. That's when they can begin to connect. So Wyatt, although he's a big boy, he's a little boy in a big body. And just like humans, you could have somebody a little bit immature, so to speak. I'm sure we all know those individuals. And so he is a little bit immature. And often that can get overlooked when you're this size. We think of foals to be tiny, but in fact, he's not a foal. Of course, he's 5. But if that brain hasn't developed, or he's in a place where he's a little bit younger, he needs some support in that. And you're going to see that when we connect with him. What's important about that is people always get surprised that there's personalities in animals. It surprises me that they don't know. It's odd, really, to think that we have so many individuals out there with personalities that we recognize, and it's become less and less important for those to look at and care, to speak to an individual, to meet them where they're at. And that's what we're looking at with here. Instead of creating a system where Wyatt has to fit into that system to go, okay, here is a square peg in a round hole, we're looking at who are you and how would you like to interact with us? What would best serve you and what would best support you today? So with that in mind, when I evaluate the horses, first thing is to put my eyes on just like that, and Wyatt says, is it me you're talking to? That's exactly that. She might say it, and then she'll look away, and her response is, no, you're not looking at me. But we can put our eyes on, drag our eyes down, and in his world, putting your eyes down once you've got the eye contact is a sign of respect. You will see him breathing quite heavily. That's because Wyatt thinks it's incredibly funny to go and greet people at high speed. So as soon as he sees a good face, a happy face, a kind and compassionate face, Wyatt is there, all legs everywhere, just running his heart out to go, I'm here, pick me. So that's what he did just before he came in, which was pick me. I'm going to run to that fence line. I like food, which is one reason we don't hand feed horses. You want to have them take you for who you are and not the bag of treats. And while we've all been a child where Santa brings the sweets and we love that, the truth is the parenting at home would be the one to manage it, to go, yes, you can have sweets today, and this is the way which you need to approach. And so Wyatt has to learn that looking over there to go, there's visitors, yay, I run, isn't always appropriate. So he's come in a little bit more breathless on the warm nice day, because it's one of the first nice days, and that's what you're seeing with him. So when we approach him, she has a choice. She could stay here and say hello, or she could retreat. When we approach him, we offer the back of the hand, go sideways, and say, do you want to join me? So that sideways movement, and this is a sign that he's been hand-fed, because he goes, where's the food? And what I have to do now is be more important than food. That's really it. To go, you know what, I don't have food, but maybe I have something else that could interest you. When you look into his eyes, because there's nothing quite like looking into the eye of a horse. We call it the window to the soul when you look in there. So it's not like we constantly drop our eyes to say you can never look at that eye. You wouldn't want to be deprived of that. But what it means is we're not staring. We don't just stare and go, okay, I'm staring, not looking away. In fact, he checks in this way. We draw our eyes down to say, would you like to join me? And then I can glance at that eye. And when you glance at this little eye of his, I think it's very easy for everybody to see the innocence. And that's what I referenced earlier, was that little bit of innocence. He's got an innocence on his face. You know, I could be known for making facial expressions, but this is why. And then, of course, he's breathing heavy. But there's a degree of innocence of, oh, didn't know that running would hurt me that much. Or, oh, that was quite a lot. And there's an innocence in the eye. So what there isn't, there's not skepticism. And that's beautiful. And there's not worry. His eye's not wide going, shit, she's standing next to me, what's going on? It's not wide. It's calm. It's quiet. And you can be in here. What's beautiful about Wyatt that I've noticed, and we all have histories, I don't believe that this big fella is defined by his history. You want to take those words in, and although we've got to keep it light today, what that means is he doesn't hang on to it to go, this is what's happened to me and now I can't trust people. He might not trust every process, he definitely trusts people. And that's a beautiful thing to say. You've got a 1,400-pound individual standing right next to you that can be a little bit innocent and spooky, but he trusts individuals. What I noticed with him, because I'm working with him because he's not great with the farrier or the picking up feet, and partially he's actually very good at balance, but partially it might just be knowledge that Wyatt doesn't know. And he probably gets quite distracted quite quickly. This is beautiful. What he just said was, I'm going to block you between the camera because I want your attention. So he literally stepped forward to go, could you make it about me instead of about that camera? And while you're standing next to me, I'm the most important thing for you. So his innocence means that Wyatt needs things broken down. And you can also imagine that if you were at school, were you the one that loved it? Were you the favourite? Did you have high grades? Did you like sitting in a classroom? Are you a bookworm? Are you the one loving nature? Well, Wyatt would be the one that loves nature. Doesn't like to be in the stool in the classroom, likes to be outside, and he likes to be understood. So when you teach him, he has to have everything broken down and time to process. People would look at him and by, like you saw the road, by his size or by his age, judge to go, he should be able to do this. But Wyatt likes things broken down. He also likes, there we go, perfect movement. She pinned her ears at him. A say in it. And his conversation there was, I quite liked it when it was just you and I and you were rubbing on me, but this represents catching me. So he stepped away. And that's his answer to go, I prefer if you didn't put this on me. Well, my mindset would be one of, if this goes on you with that loud belly, it's actually a better thing if it goes on you. It's not a worse thing. It's better. And it's better because I can do really cool stuff. And so instead of simply putting my mind into something that would be, we have to get this done, we give him time to process. Wyatt, look at that, he's just moved. As I moved back, he moved in. That's how subtle this big giant is. You can simply move back, rock back, and in his world, that's his language, and it means, would you like to join me? He asked me earlier, would you like to just talk to me and not the camera? And something else I saw that Wyatt really liked, when we do something together, when I ask something off of him, he likes to put his head just here. Let me see if he'll step forward so he's not off balance. There we go. He likes to put his head just here. And that's his way of seeking reassurance. I think it's best known to many of us as a love language. And some love languages are food. And you think maybe of husbands, children, and the way to their heart is through their belly. The love language might mean that you hug and you express and you hug somebody when they're crying. There's so many love languages. Well, his would be that we stop and we share this space for a moment. Not all horses need to be kept at arm's length to say we have respect. If he's calm, why not let him drop that head and seek comfort just here? After all, isn't that what we're looking for? Don't we get into horses because we're craving something? We're craving the freedom. We're craving connection. We're craving our childhood. What is it that we crave when we're around these big guys? Because that's what we don't want to get caught up in or lost, right? When we're training a horse to go, well, it's about the outcome. Is it not about every single moment? Isn't it about asking and not telling, suggesting? His best mate's there. He's merely known me an hour. With one single thumb and a finger and a suggestion, I can ask him to come. She might just say, where are you going? And don't take my mate. I'm not going anywhere. But he didn't once look back. He said, I'm good here. So the kind of trainer I'm looking to be would be the kind of trainer that they have that voice and the choice. That they are seen for who they truly are. And he's a big guy with a big heart. He's innocent. He's young at heart. There's much he doesn't know. He loves time to process things. He wants to be rewarded. He wants to be told to do the right thing. But the other word would be he likes reassurance. So when you guys come and look at this big fella, you're looking at that, he loves the touch, he loves reassurance. And the greatest favour you can do right now is not look at the food and say every horse needs to have the treat. It's like sugar, right? And it's sweet. And if we compare it with our children, there's a time to give the sweets as a reward or as joy and as fun, and the same with him. But it isn't the way into his love. It's not into the way of his life. What Wyatt would seek would be a grounded individual. Somebody that's aligned. Body, mind, spirit aligned. Somebody that is honest, authentic, transparent, kind, compassionate, understanding. And it all begins with capturing the whisper in the eye and understanding their personalities. Understanding who they truly are. The mistakes come in when we label. If we label them dangerous, if we label them hard of learning, if we label them in naughty ways, right? That's when we lose sight and our beliefs change. And our beliefs go into a totally different direction, as he says, could you stop talking to the camera while you're with me? But we're going to end that piece on a good note to go flip it around. Instead of seeing an individual as stubborn or unable to learn or whatever it might be that we would look at, we'd say they're innocent and we need to change what we're doing, not doing the same thing time and time again. It's the lens that we look through that makes the big difference in life. And Wyatt doesn't hang on to his past, honestly, which is so refreshing. I think we could all learn something from him. And while he's not allowed to run up to people for the food because it would make training quite difficult, how joyous is that to go, this big goober goes, yay, friends, I'm running. And I think we could all learn that. Why aren't we doing that when we see our friends? And we go, hey, hope you had a good week. All right, moving on. You know, where's that joy to go, I know you've had a great week. What were your highlights? What did you get up to? This guy goes, hey, so pleased to see you. It's about me. So I think that's what we can learn. We can learn so much about them, do for them, see them, and maybe you'll see Wyatt through
hi to everyone. Not just who's here, he'll say hi to everyone out there.
Say hi to everyone. It's time to shine.
And he loves to shine. Don't you, big boy? Well, I think we're going to wrap it up now. But Anna, I just loved everything you said. I agree with everything you said. Those of you that know me know that I am a big encourager of body language, using your body language to talk to horses and to understand them. And everything you said was just amazing and brilliant, and I can't thank you enough for sharing it with all of us. So thank you so much.
I'm not sure. Yes, sorry. That was awesome. I was listening.
No, of course.
And I was then thinking, as you were saying it with the body language, I was thinking, did he show his innocence? But hopefully you guys could see a little bit of the innocence in the eye and certainly the cuddle, and you can see how soft and sensitive he is. And so that's exactly it. And I'm not sure if you saw the body language enough, but you'll see his body language. And you'll see how he is soft, kind. You'll see how you can actually talk with your eyes and ask him to come with you. Or indeed, if I wanted to draw him off of her a little bit, I can capture this eye, let's see, and do it. It would be a good one. Eyes up and eyes down. And he's thinking. That will block him. So there's a block. This is a block. And the other thing that you would see too is shift the intention. So for him, that one shift of, oh, she's going to ask me to do something, with a determined feel, put him into a place of there's an agenda there. Lower that down, eyes up and eyes down, shifting the agenda, and you've got a calm horse. So if you do not believe in energy, you just saw energy in action. And this kid likes it low key. So there's another kind of a highlight to look at it. Yeah, it's in the eye, it's in your energy, it's in your intention, it's in your time management. There's no such thing as a bad horse. Mm-hmm. They're only misunderstood, misrepresented, misguided, or they're in pain. But there's no such thing as a bad horse. They are born perfect. And anything that happens and how they change is always our responsibility. Right, Wyatt? So there you go. So it's wonderful talking to you guys today. I'm not sure if you had any questions. I am open to questions. Enjoy that clip that we put together.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. If you don't have any questions or comments right now, feel free to comment on our social media pages later or email us if you have any questions for Anna or for us as we go through this. And we also can't wait to share little snippets of some of the things that we are learning, not just with Wyatt, but some of our other horses here over these last couple of days. Thanks so much for joining, everyone.